Are you feeling torn between two callings today? If so, you're going to love this devotional. Welcome to the Daily Devo. I am Vince Miller. This week we are in 1 Samuel chapter 11. I've titled this chapter, The First Test of Saul's Leadership. So let's just set up the scene. Saul has just been appointed king of Israel. Everyone was sent to their home, and we're not sure how much time has transpired. But Nahash, an Ammonite enemy, has besieged Jabesh-Gilead on the other side of the river. And now the word is going to get back to Saul. Here is what it reads in verses 5 all the way down through verse 7. It states, "Now behold, Saul was coming from the field behind the oxen. And Saul said, 'What is wrong with the people that they are weeping?' So they told him the news of the men of Jabesh, and the Spirit of God rushed upon Saul when he heard these words, and his anger was greatly kindled. He took a yoke of oxen and cut them in pieces and sent them throughout the territory of Israel by the hand of the messenger, saying, 'Whoever does not come out after Saul and Samuel, so shall it be done to his oxen.' Then the dread of the Lord fell upon the people, and they came out as one man." Oh boy. Now there are so many details in verses 5 through 7 here. Here's a few of them. First, the word about the capture of Jabesh-Gilead finally gets back to Saul all the way back in his hometown, which takes a while because they don't have cell phones and they don't have social media. Okay. Second, when it does, the Spirit of God rushes back upon Saul again, now for the second time. Third, Saul experiences what we might call righteous anger because he's rightly angered at something that has happened to God's people. Fourth, we learn that all this happens as Saul is farming and doing basically family business. Fifth, in his anger, Saul takes two of his own oxen. And these were drafting animals or drafting oxen. And he cuts them into pieces, essentially killing his entire career and all of his livelihood. And note this, draft animals were very expensive and important to the farming culture in that day. So doing this was a profound statement to all of Israel. And lastly, Saul seizes this defining moment to step into his role and to use it to unify all the people of Israel. You know, in life, we all have defining moments. For Saul, this is one of those defining moments. While he was anointed and appointed king of Israel, he had yet to take hold of his kingship and to become the warrior that God intended him to be. But here, the opportunity presents itself. And notice what he does. He kills his drafting oxen. He slaughtered his former way of life and used the slaughtered oxen to issue a message and a call to all of Israel. By the way, this is not the only time something like this happened in the Bible. Look up the story of Elijah and Elisha in 1 Kings chapter 19. It's an intriguing parallel moment. You know, in my own life, I have had defining moments just like Saul has here. You know, one of these moments happened when I was 20 years old. My grandfather was dying of cancer, and I was in the hospital room painfully watching him die for hours in a hospital bed. In the silence of that room, listening to the ambient noise of his gasps for air, I knew God was calling me to do for other men what my grandfather had done for me, which was disciple me. That was 34 years ago. That moment was a defining moment for me because a week later, I went back to college. And I killed the oxen. I changed my field of study from business to Bible, and I began studying the Bible like crazy in hopes of one day being able to disciple other men like my grandfather had discipled me, which is what we're doing right now here today. Daily discipleship provided by me to those who want to grow in their faith. But get this, if you want to live out this calling, I learned a very valuable lesson when I was 20. You have to kill the oxen. You got to burn the ships. You got to break the chains. And you got to cut the lifeline. Because there has to be a point in your life of no return where you decide to go all in and live all out the calling of God that he has given to you. You can't live in two callings, folks. They will always compete for your time and attention, energy, and resources. So I have a very simple singular question for you today. What oxen do you need to kill? And I'm not telling you to go kill oxen unless you're a butcher, of course. You can go do that. I am calling you to account. What do you need to put away? What do you need to leave behind? What do you need to burn? For the kingdom of heaven is at hand. I love you guys. I pray this has blessed you. If it has, share it with someone else. And I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.